want to start putting more effort into my appearance. And I feel like this is coming kind of left field for me because I've been joking around for the past week about how I don't want to work out and I just, just not yet. I've been saying that to myself over and over, just not yet. I will, just not yet. But I have spent so much time on TikTok in the past week, which pros and cons, I'm going to say it's a pro and I'm going to say it's for the plot because I have been kind of comparing myself to people on the internet, and it's not the comparison that you would expect where it's like, oh, I'm so ugly, I hate myself, how come she looks this great, da, da, da. It's maybe like half of that dialogue. And so for me, TikTok has always been a place where I can go and I can just, go gain inspiration and motivation, and also kind of just go to forget that I'm living life right now. But this time it kind of it started to maybe slowly go down the negative slope where I was like comparing myself a little bit, thinking, oh wow, she looks like this and that's probably why she has this platform, and da-da-da. Maybe that's true for some people, but for me, I'm like, I don't want to think that way. It makes me feel upset. And so I would go on there and I'd see like a makeup video and I'm like, wow, she looks like this, and that's like, it kind of hurt a little bit. And then I'd be like, but Tommy, you can put yourself out there, you can make yourself look good and just go out and make these videos. And I was like, that's true. And I'd scroll past. And then, it got to a point where actually I was going, and there's this one trend, the one trend where the girl is like, oh, I'm gonna start doing push-ups every single time that I think about my ex. I don't have an ex, but I did notice that I kept going on these, like, I was just scrolling and I would see a girl's page and she'd be really thin and I'd be like, if that were me. And so I decided that I was going to start doing every single time that I see a girl and I compare myself to her. It's not just if I see her. If I compare myself to her, or I'm like, oh wow, if I think like that, push-ups on the floor, 10 push-ups. So I started making that video on TikTok because I just think it's funny. But I'm like, I think doing those push-ups and like getting myself to start working out kind of made me start to want to exercise, which is so weird. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but we're on it now. So that's appearance tier number 1, exercise, like my body. I do go on walks, just like it's not as often as I did when I first came back from Europe, which was I would go like maybe 3-4 times a week in when I first got back, versus now it's maybe 2 times if I'm lucky. So I want to get back on that, which I'm doing this week. Excited. So that's like tier 1, physical body. Then tier 2 is my like natural self. And so I want to start putting more effort into my skincare. Like I know that I should be getting up to do my skincare and get up to like take care of my body before bed. But I just haven't. I will go and I will fall asleep. And in my head, I'm like, like you have this much energy left, just go to the bathroom and use that energy to get ready for bed. But instead I'd rather just sleep and stay warm and in my bed and comfortable and avoid change. And that's no, Tommy, no. So we're gonna work on that, and that includes my hair as well. I've been blow drying my hair all of yesterday, which also kind of prompted this because I was staring at myself in the mirror all day and I was like, girl, I don't really like how we look. And I'm like, girl, me too. It's okay, we can fix it. And so we're gonna work on fixing it. I'm growing my hair out, and I'm kind of doing as a series on TikTok as well because I want to see how long my hair can grow in a month and a half, but we'll see where it is. The month and a half ends on my birthday, which is at the end of this month because it is October. I decided to postpone posting this video on Saturday to post it today and it's like early morning Sunday, October 1st. But I was like, let's like put it out here Sunday and then we can go back on with our schedule, just because I want to have this to be a start off for a new week. It's a new vibe, it's a new energy. I like this topic way better than the topic I had before, so we're rolling with the punches. Yeah. So I was just like, I want to start working on my natural physical appearance as well, like same with my nails, which kind of goes with the external physical appearance, which we'll get into. But making sure I can grow my nails out and protecting them a bit better, taking care of my feet a bit more, because I came from working like a lot, like all through college. I was 9 to 5. Not 9 to 5. It was, honestly, I was working like around the clock if you really think about it, because I had schoolwork, but then I was also working on my free time. And because of that, my feet would they were just getting rough because I was standing all day. And so I want to also fix that. They're actually doing pretty well. I've been taking a little bit better care of them, but that's the natural part. And then the external beauty part, which goes into the nails, like doing my nails as often as I can. And so that means like investing in things like press-ons, which I have some super cute press-ons that are so cute. I love them. I love them. You probably saw them in the glow up video, but press-ons. And then, you know, learning how to do makeup, buying makeup brushes. I want to start using actual tools because I'm not sure. Oh yeah. If you saw the glow up video, then you saw how I do my makeup, or how I did that makeup for like that super glow up type of vibe, because I don't usually put that much makeup on because I haven't learned really, and it's a little intimidating. And so I use my hands, like I'll put it on and I'll just blend it with my finger, which is nice. It's really easy. I don't have to think too much. I just do it. But I want to start using brushes, you know, feeling a bit more girly, and so, you know, investing in actual makeup and stuff. And I feel like at some point I have to ask myself, like, why exactly do I want to do this? Part of me, I think the majority of it is like for the external beauty part. Like, again, there are 3 tiers. So for the external beauty part, it's like, this sounds like fun. You know, I can do my nails, I can do my makeup, I can go get this perfume, I can put more effort into, like, I can go buy different clothes and and like, you know, put my effort into myself like that. And then the natural beauty part, it's like, it'll just make me feel like I'm taking better care of myself to do my skincare. Like, I know how integral that part is, and I know that I have been avoiding it because I'm thinking to myself that if I take care of myself, if I start doing it consistently, then I'm gonna start, you know, feeling like, oh, I have to commit to this. And I feel like that's what makes us a bit hesitant to really go after our goals, because we know that once we start going after it, we have to actually reach it, and once we reach it, we have to maintain it, and that can be a bit scary. And I don't want to be scared anymore. I'm tired of it. The sun is coming up, so hopefully I get to see the sunrise by the time I'm done with this video, but I digress. And then for the working out part, I just want to constantly be in love with my body. I was very much in love with my body when I was out of the States. In Europe and in Korea, it's so much easier for you to go and walk around and, you know, go to different places where you're not forced to sit and drive, or, you know, you don't even want to go out because you're not near anywhere where you can go and meet people. And over here, it's not easy. They don't make it easy. And this country is huge. And so it's kind of like, I don't want to just be stationary anymore. I want to love the body that I had this summer, and where I was, you know, constantly going out, and not even constantly going out. It was more so that I was traveling a bit and taking myself to see new places. And because of that, I was walking a lot more. So I want to just make sure I feel good in my body, and then I'm taking care of my body, and then I'm, you know, adding some sparkles to her. We love sparkles. So I'm giving myself a challenge this week, and let me know if you guys are interested, if you want to try it, or if you do try it, because I'm letting you know what it is. But basically, oh, I didn't even do an intro. Hi, I'm Tommy. Welcome to the channel. We're growing. I'm happy. It's so weird. It's so crazy, but I love it. Anyways, challenge. I'm doing a challenge where I am for the week, because it's October. I love this month because it's my birth month, first of all, and I'm gonna have birthday content coming out for you guys. I'm gonna commit to it because I keep trying to scare myself out of it, but no, we're sticking to it. But it's my birth month, and it's fall, and I love the fall, and it is just time to prep myself. I feel like fall is just a good prep time. You know, like, you get to, it's fall, you know, the weather is changing, it's getting colder, the leaves are falling, but it's like in silence you can just pick yourself up. And it's also because, like, back to school season, maybe you were playing around, you know, for the semester, but once it gets to October, I'm pretty sure it's midterm season, right? Once it gets to October, you need to start studying and grinding and putting yourself out there, or else you're not going to get good grades. And so I think because of the school system, I've kind of gotten accustomed to picking myself up around this time. And now that just means that I'm picking myself up for myself versus for academic validation. And so here we are. I'm doing a kind of trial run where I'm basically going to be taking care of myself better and, like, having checkpoints. By the way, I'm trying to get into filming these with as little cuts as possible, so bear with me. But yeah, I am doing a trial run of what I want the rest of this year to go like, which is basically a prep, right? Prep for the rest of this year, let's call it. And so I am starting with waking up 6:30. That is a good time for me as long as I sleep on time, which we'll get to. But I talked about this a little bit in my creating her video, which I really like that video because it just reminds me that I have the potential to do what I want to do. And so in the creating her video, I mentioned that I would wake up at 6:30 and I have all these checkpoints. So now my checkpoints are going to be kind of something that I'm documenting on TikTok because it's a fast way to document it. Maybe I'll make a little shorts video as well, because why not? But documenting it for the week and just posting about how I'm focusing on getting my life together. So wake up 6:30 and then do a little bit of work for Pinterest and Instagram, and then journaling, drinking my water, all that stuff. And then like 7:30, go on a walk. I like walking in the cool air because I get hot when I'm moving around a lot, and so it'll, balance out when I'm done. 7:30, 8:30, done walking, and then 8:30, get in the shower. 9, I want to start putting effort into my physical appearance. So 9 to 11 is outfit, it's hair, it's makeup, taking my time, because I've been so accustomed to rushing because I was working like those jobs constantly or had school constantly. I was so accustomed to rushing all the time, and so I wasn't, taking my time to put effort into my appearance. I was just like, do it in the car. Like, I'm a pro at putting mascara on and eyeliner while driving because of that. Don't take after me. That's not a good quality to have. But that's what's been happening. And I feel like we don't want to be rushing. If it's something that comes to your physical appearance, you want to take time with it. You want to make sure that you're putting love and care into yourself, and that you're able to remember, oh yeah, I woke up this morning and I had enough time to do this and that, and I put effort into my appearance. I did my hair, do you like it? Stuff like that. You want to do stuff like that because then it'll just make you feel a lot better. And I want to give myself a bit more recognition, I guess, like a bit more appreciation, because how I imagine, of course, we do not know. When we're comparing ourselves to people on the internet, we do not know what they're going through and like what their life is like. But when I see the girl who's doing her hair and her makeup, it just looks like she's happy and put together, that she's well rested. And I want to be those things. And so that's why I'm like, if I do those things, I'll feel a bit, better, because doing those things does take effort, right? Doing those things, you have to sleep on time in order to wake up on time, in order to do your skincare on time, stuff like that. And so yeah, I have the morning routine, shower and everything, do my makeup, and then I have 2 checkpoints in the day, 1:30, 6:30, where before it was just, do the checkpoints and like make sure that if you weren't getting work done at that time, then you are getting work done now. Or like if you weren't, doing whatever goal you have at that time, then you are doing it. And that's the goals at 1:30 and 6:30 p.m. But I was like, let's take it a little bit further. And so for each of my alarms, I have a funny, not a funny sound. It's not funny at all. It's a cute sound. It's like a motivational sound from TikTok that I just really like, where it'll be like, girl, like, get your butt up and work for your goals type of sound. If you know that one, then you know it. But I was like, okay, put that as my TikTok sound. And then the one I'm specifically referencing, it has Circus by Britney Spears in it. And so I went to my playlist, and I have like different playlists, and one of them is my, like, I have a manifestation playlist, and then it's called Manifest, and I have an I'm Perfect playlist, and then it has like Make a New Me playlist. And so I have those playlists that already have some motivational songs in there that make me feel good. But I took that one song, Circus, from the alarm sound, and I put it into the playlist, and then I play the playlist while this is the key part, while I'm imagining being my ideal self and like doing the things I want to do. It's basically like a little break from reality where I just get to jump into daydream land. And I don't know which video talked about it in, but I'll link it up here or here. But I love daydream land because in daydream land, I get to just be whatever. I always go to daydream land. And so I want to go in there a bit more and just, have a bit more fun with it by listening to the songs and like giving myself that reminder during the day that this is the life that you're trying to create. And, here's a little glimpse of it. Now let's keep going. Because I don't think the incentive was there. I think for the past 2-3 weeks, I've been working myself to the bone. And that's another thing. We do not want to just throw ourselves in 100%. Because if you do that, then you start to get to a point where you're like, I'm putting myself in 100%, but now, like, I'm not seeing that result, and so I'm starting to feel a bit bad about it. But then 2, you're putting yourself in 100%, and that's making you burn out. Like, you're tired now. You're both emotionally exhausted because you're not seeing the physical result of your work, but then also, you're physically exhausted because you are making yourself drained. And so I don't want to go back into that. That's where I was for the past 2.5, 3 weeks, which is why I was in that weird little period where I wasn't posting 4 times a week. But this week is different because I'm keeping account of myself, and I think that's what I've been really prepping myself for this past week, because I did say that I was going to be getting back on my Zoom, but I did not. Well, I did, actually. I'm going to give myself credit. I did work hard this week. But yeah, I just want this week for me to be a time for me to take the pressure off myself, and those checkpoints I feel like will help, because, again, this is a prep week. We're easing into... I don't even know what we're easing into, to be honest. It's like easing into a life where I can relax but also work hard. And I feel like the daydreaming part just falls into that, because it's reminding me that this is supposed to be fun. And then after the 2 checkpoints of daydreaming comes 10 p.m. where it's get ready for bedtime, which is important. It is so important, because that means that I'll be able to wake up feeling great and feeling well rested, and I'll just feel a lot better and way more capable to get into it. I'm saying this because I know it's true. I have not gotten myself to a place where I've been consistent in doing so, because, again, there's that fear of once you commit to it, you have to be there for yourself all the time, and that's a little bit scary. But I have noticed that the times that I take care of myself at night, I wake up feeling so much better. So if you try that and you notice that, you're feeling a lot better in the morning, then that's probably why. So yeah, and then that's one thing. But okay, let's say, because there were 3 tiers, right? It was physical, like health, and then like body health, outside physical body health, and then it was physical self-care, and then it's beautification of the body, but internal as well. My new goal is to drink 3 of these a day, and you're probably like, that's not enough. How many liters of water in here? There are 24 ounces of water in here, and I'm pretty sure, I don't know how many ounces a day you're supposed to drink, but I'm pretty sure like I should be drinking at least 4 of these. I have barely been drinking 1 of these a day, which is so bad. So bad for your body. It's so bad to not drink water. You have to drink water. It's good for your hair. It's good for your skin. It's good for your internal digestive system. But I just hadn't been doing it. So the internal health part, I noticed that my sodium intake, this part, my sodium intake has been a bit higher than it's usually is. Actually, it's been a lot higher than it usually is, and that goes into like family, which I will get into, who you live with and how that affects your physical appearance. But I've noticed that my sodium intake has been a bit higher, and because of that, I've been feeling like lethargic. I've been feeling bloated and lethargic, because on my period, yeah, you're bloated, but on my period I tend to be a bit less bloated because of how much I'm not eating, because of how much pain I'm in. And so I'm like, this is really weird. Interesting how I'm so bloated and I'm feeling uncomfortable. And, my face is like, it's not, it's feeling kind of puffy, and I'm just not loving it. And so because I've been having so much sodium intake, I was like, this is probably a product of my environment. And for one, let me say that I'm grateful for the place I'm in, where I'm able to, live comfortably. But you have to like realize that when you're living with your family, sometimes your environment does play on that, versus whether it's like who you're with and how they're feeding into your physical appearance, or the food that's around you and how that's, going with your internal body health. And so I want to work on that, and I'm trying to figure out a plan on whether it'll just be me buying my own groceries or avoiding certain things. But I want to start putting myself back onto my standard, where I'm eating what I know I should be eating, and like not avoiding, but not eating what I don't like to eat or what I don't typically eat. And so that is one thing, along with the water, that I'm looking to change, that I'm sure is definitely going to help my energy and my internal validation of myself, and like how I'm taking care of my body, because that's one of the things I think about when I'm eating, and I don't want to be stressed about that all the time. And of course, it's different for everyone. Some people can have different snacks and different food, and they will feel perfectly fine, but for some of us, it just isn't that way. And so we have to pay attention to our bodies and make sure that we're working with what our body likes. So yeah, this journey is something I'm really excited to go on. I'm excited to see how I do this week, and like by the end of this week. A little bit scared. Let's say on a scale of 1 to 100, the fear is like 16 and the excitement is 84. That's right? That's right. The birds are cawing. It's not even chirping, guys. The birds are cawing because they're freaking ravens or crows out here. And so if you guys can hear that, I apologize. But we're finishing up anyways. The sun is rising. I'll show you guys at the end of the video. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see how this goes, because after this week, I get to start exercising, like not just walking, but, and, you know, outside the push-ups that I'm doing to punish myself. But, you know, I'll start walking, and I mean, I'll start exercising on top of walking, and I want to see, you know, how my progress is, because my birthday is coming up. We're trying to look good. I'm excited. I have so much planned for my birthday, like in terms of birthday prep, and then also like the birthday part. And so I'm excited for you guys to see how that goes, but I'm excited. So yeah, I'm hoping that at the end of this month, with these things I'm trying, and if you guys are trying them too, let me know. But I'm hoping that at the end of this month, I can see how things have worked, and, you know, how much I've changed. I should probably take some like progress photos of like my skin, my hair. Yeah. But yeah, that was all for today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. That was all for me. XXO Tommy. Bye. Oh, I'm trying to like make it visible for you guys. The moon's still out, pretty. The sun is rising. And those are the birds that are squawking.